Well then, it's 8 o'clock. We'll do a slow start. We're waiting on Becca and Max. Is gonna be a little bit late, but Mike, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody? Am I being heard?
I heard you.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Well, Mike, why don't you go ahead and do your introduction?
Sorry. Hey, everybody. I'm Mike. I'm playing Taddy. Uh, Barry Rogue. Uh, yeah. Uh, I'm ready to get off this boat. I can tell you that much.
All right, Pam.
Hi, everybody. I'm Pam. I am playing Pearl. I'm excited today to make a save, first of all, because last session, the captain is not trusting us very much at the moment. So we'll see how we go about that. And then, yeah, hopefully, like Mike said, or Taddy, um, try to get off the ship and see what happens.
All right. Brad is helping Becca get in. So Katie.
Hey everybody, I'm Katie playing Silt the Tabaxi Warlock, and
I am here. I'm waiting for it to put me into Fantasy Grounds.
Okay, perfect.
Sorry about the delay.
All good.
I don't think it's an automated system. I think you got to put yourself in there. Click the button.
No, you know what? You smartass.
Go ahead and finish up, Katie.
oh yep, yeah, that's I think that's about it. If it's good, that's
Okay.
all.
I want to apologize to Katie. I interrupted your intro, and I'm sorry for that. But
Like
she
I did.
opened the
I'm
door,
sorry.
and playing Taddy, I'm already in character. She opened the door a little bit, and I kicked it in like a
No, that was my
barbarian.
bad. I interrupted you. I'm sorry.
It was great timing because I was not speaking, so it was perfect.
Distraction.
Yep, exactly.
Brad, go ahead.
Hello, everybody. I'm Brad, and I play Otis Watts, the Simic Hybrid Tempest Cleric. Yeah, I mean, he's not opposed to being on the boat, so I guess, yeah, we'll just see what happens, I guess.
And Becca.
Hi everyone. I'm Becca. I play Gallon, the Sea Elf Gloomstalker Ranger, who apparently likes to interrupt people now. So that's where we're at.
That's canon. And Max will be here shortly. Her parents are getting back from a vacation, so she's gonna hang out with them, see how the trip was, and she will be joining us shortly.
So anybody who broke into the house, hurry up and get out.
Yeah. Anybody at that particular location that I can't identify because I have no clue where it is, get out.
From one thief to another. Get the fuck out. They're coming.
But we left off last week. You guys had taken a job from the Lord Marshal to observe and report on the captain of the ship you are currently on, as he may be selling important items or doing something with important items that he's not supposed to be, as opposed to bringing them back to the city like he is supposed to. You sailed a week out, during which time the eclipse began. Did your dive, during which you found a crypt, which ended up being a sect of the Order of Chivalry, which housed an ancient being that apparently could not die. But you were able to take him out temporarily and take some of his parts with you permanently. In doing so, collecting some of the riches that remained behind in that temple, crypt, whatever you want to call it. But you completed your salvaging run, returned to the ship with having collected a little over 200 pounds of building materials, just under 100 books, and I don't think you guys turned in any of the magical stuff you found, right?
Nope.
Nope.
No, I didn't think so.
No.
Spent the afternoon stowing everything and are now joining the captain in his quarters for dinner and some figure shit out conversation.
But don't forget about the shit ton of herbs.
Yes, and you guys
Yep.
collected plenty of the stuff needed for your little alchemist side
And-
puzzle.
Didn't Silt
Yeah.
offer the gems?
Some of
She did.
them.
Yes,
Some of
Silt
them?
turned
Yeah, some of
in, I believe it was 4 of the 6, if my notes.
Correct.
So that's what you guys turned in.
Yep.
As the conversation had carried, Silt had just elbowed and interrupted Pearl as she was trying to say something to the captain, which led him to not believe anything Pearl was saying. And then he turned to Silt, and Silt told a story about finding an animal spirit as a child. Silt as Trevor, I should clarify, told a story about finding an animal spirit as a child and basically being cursed by it, which causes him to go crazy and act animalistic from time to time. With a 23 deception, he looks you in the eyes, Silt, and I suppose that makes good sense. Lots of crazy stuff happens with the spirits.
You're telling me. Now I'm going to lean forward and tap my little hand on his box on the table there and say, "Tell me about this, Captain."
Well, that would be a box. Trevor.
Going to stare at him like he's a dumbass for a second and say,
He kind of does a half smirk out of the corner of one of his mouths and opens the box up and goes, I know. Gotta get it where I can. But he opens the box, and inside the box you see a small hand-carved stone, small enough to fit in the palm of your hand, shaped like an ear. He goes, this here was found on one of the first salvaging voyages I ever went on, many 50-something years ago. It's a old arcane item called a sanding stone. Apparently there's some spell called sending that allows you to communicate over great distances with somebody. Well, this here stone's got the magic infused into it, and it works. You can communicate with the person that holds the matching stone. I use it to keep in touch with my wife while I'm away.
"May I roll an insight check to see if he's telling truths?"
You may.
I'm here. I'm paying attention. May I?
Me too.
All of you can.
I'm going to roll that without guidance because I'm not going to be casting that spell.
Oh,
Boom!
Anybody
Oh,
who
yeah.
rolled above a 12.
Oh, yeah, the history. Hold on.
What the fuck?
There we go. Oh, same thing.
This is
Okay.
horse shit.
So anybody who rolled
Change
above a
them
12 can tell that he's telling the truth.
Okay.
If
Aw,
you
an
if you
honest
rolled
captain.
if you rolled below a 12, it's not that you
Tell the
don't
truth.
believe him, you just don't know if he's telling the truth or not. So you can choose to believe him or choose not to.
I'm gonna look at a look around at everybody and see if anybody has a look of confusion on their face.
Yeah.
Taddy probably just doesn't care.
I mean, I'm
Okay,
paying attention
then-
to the conversation, but overall, yeah, no, I don't.
If you have a look of confusion, I'll just give you a slight nod.
No, negatory.
All right. Captain, where did these rumors of you stealing from the guild begin, do you suppose?
Well, when a new Lord Marshal is appointed by the hierarchy, the elder members of each of the guilds come together, kind of a meet and greet type situation. And when I met that good Lord Marshal, he was very, very rude. In position or not, I made sure he knew what I thought about him.
How long ago was this?
Patty's gonna perk up a little bit after
Let
hearing
me
that.
see, he's been there since the last one retired, maybe 4, 5 months ago. I don't know, he doesn't look like the kind of person who earned the position by decent means, if you catch my drift.
I do, and I tend to agree with you.
So you work for this guy, but you don't like him?
Hell no, I don't work for him.
I
He
mean,
works for the
you're-
king. I work for the head of the Salvagers Guild, who also works directly for the king. 2 different branches, but every time a leader of one of the hierarchical establishments on Haven is replaced, everybody comes together for a meet and greet. I just happen to be high enough within the Salvagers Guild I was invited to said meet and greet.
Okay.
Captain, you see, we're in sort of a situation here. And I think I'm pretty confident saying that we're not on opposite sides of this issue. But the problem is that we have bigger fish to fry than just the Lord Marshal and his petty dislikes of any one or any dozen of other people. And in order to get power to oppose this group, you gotta keep them close. And we are currently in a position to begin making some relationships with them that perhaps will persuade them to bring us closer into the fold.
So let me make sure I understand what you just said clearly, is that you have no taste for the hierarchy, particularly the royal families. And you
I'm gonna
are positioning yourself advantageously against them just in case it becomes advantageous to be in such a position.
gonna side-eye Taddy with a very knowing look and say, yep, that is very succinct.
He leans forward, elbows on the table, well, forearms on the table with his fingers crossed. He goes, well, then you do what you must to get close. And I believe we can work together through the future as our ideals are aligned.
Are you willing to give up your boat to us so that we can believably tell him that we've mutinied when the shit hit the fan with you and go into early retirement with, like you said, contact with us?
I mean, to go into early retirement would require a retirement payout. Are you offering such sort of thing?
Now, I am not the one that makes decisions for this group of people. The ones in charge are not even on this mission. And we would have to sit and talk numbers. But I think that the group of us here are, if we can come to an agreement about whether that's a yes or a no, then we will stand by that. Yes, if it's a yes.
Well, let's call it 4 days to make up your decision. By the time we're halfway back, you let me know. And we'll just take it one step at a time.
I think that is completely reasonable.
Well, now, anything else anybody'd like to discuss? I know all my inquiries have been fielded.
How about dinner?
I assumed you guys had been eating while talking.
Okay.
Food is there.
Okay.
Does anybody else have
Food
anything
is
they want
important.
to talk about while eating?
Not Eddie. Nope.
Nope.
Not in front of Captain.
Nope.
Okay. You guys eat your meal with the captain in his quarters and have polite conversation. If nobody has anything else they can think that they want to ask the captain or each other or anything while y'all are in there, and when the meal concludes, you guys are free to go about and do whatever you want to do.
As we're filing out, I'd like to have an aside with the captain. Not necessarily hiding it from my other group members, but just being, quiet about it. And say, Captain, I can trust you not to turn on us in these 4 days. Yes?
Of course not, and I understand your position. It's the same position I'm in with y'all turning on me and my crew.
Not as insightful. But, okay. I'll give him a pat or a tortoise leg squeeze, arm squeeze, or
Okay.
whatever seems less awkward for a tortoise.
Yeah, like a shoulder pat would probably be better.
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay. With that, it is evening, best you can tell, as it's dark from the eclipse, but the night is yours. Anything anybody wants to do?
I have a conversation with Pearl to do, but like if anybody else has other stuff, then go for it.
I don't have anything to do. So
Yeah, Otis is just gonna go to the deck and enjoy the ocean and, say his prayers and stuff to Poseidon, but that's about it.
Roll your D100.
Above table, just out of curiosity, is he rolling a D100 to see if like Poseidon hears him? Or is that, I don't need an answer if it's,
It's just like a random chance kind of thing.
yeah, okay, that's cool. See, I knew Poseidon was alive. Knew it.
You say your prayers on the cold, wet air across the ocean and hear no response, feel no response.
By chance, and this is just for shits and giggles, do I see any signs of a storm or anything brewing?
Make a perception check at disadvantage because of how dark it is. You do not.
Okay, that's all I got.
Anybody else?
Pearl's just gonna be in a little corner, kind of enjoying the ocean at the moment.
Okay.
She's not gonna really do anything in particular, so I'll just kind of move like around here.
Did you say it
Just
was
sit
nighttime?
It is evening, best you can tell. It
'Cause,
is perpetually dark.
I
There
think
are-
some people are supposed to do night shift, quote unquote night shift, correct?
Nobody has given you any instructions other than help stow the salvage.
Then I guess I will go do that.
Well,
I'll go down
that
below
was
deck and
done
help stow
before.
that way.
That was done before the dinner. Last
Okay,
week.
then I'm just gonna go rest, I guess.
Okay.
Well, then I will approach Pearl and say,
Okay.
Pearl, may I have a word with you privately?
Yes, of course.
Okay, and then I would like to go somewhere that is the most
Private?
reasonably private place that I know there are prying ears, but you know.
Yeah, you guys can make your way down into the hold area where you were stored during your pre-dive
close the
outburst.
hole. No, it happens. Okay. So, Pearl, tell me
Yes.
about what happened back there. Look, I know persuasion, but when you started talking to the captain, he seemed to be automatically believing everything you said. What's up with that?
I mean, I don't know why he would have taken my word for it. I mean, it's not like I have an actual bond with our captain. I guess I just sound very persuasive at times. He didn't really like me too much at first. I think he trusts us the most Galen at the moment. I mean, now I think he trusts everybody, but at first he didn't really trust me a lot. So I don't know why he was so eager and ease to believe me so quickly. I don't know.
Okay, so above table, like I have no idea if she is telling the truth or not. So with a 15,
Okay.
if she is not telling the truth, do I get
That's a
any
you.
vibes?
That's a you question, Pam.
I'm telling the truth. Yeah, absolutely. Like I had no idea why he automatically like was so trustworthy of me and my words. I don't know.
Okay. Well, it just seemed a little it seemed strange to me, so I guess I don't like surprises. So I just
No,
wanted
absolutely.
to
I
ask
could
you.
tell you that I don't know if it makes any difference or not, but obviously I'm very used to being around captains and pirates especially.
Okay.
So I mean I know obviously this is not a pirate ship, but I'm really used to talking to captains and crew members of the ship where maybe it just comes naturally to me to have that for them to have that trust, to build that trust with them. I don't know.
Well, I believe you, and I hope that you do not take any offense by my asking.
No, absolutely not. I appreciate you wanting to talk to me about it. I mean, of course, if there's anything else going on, I will obviously tell you and our crew. But no, there was really nothing else other than I just know how to sound confident, unfortunately, in persuading people that unfortunately I've crossed my path with back in the day.
Okay.
Not a good thing to be proud of, but I'm just used to trying to be as persuasive as I possibly can to get my way.
I understand that, and I think that we could maybe work together on that if it ever comes up.
Absolutely, absolutely. I appreciate you reaching out.
Hey, it's been a long day. You feel like a drink?
I agree. It's been a really long day.
I happen
Exhausting.
to have I happen to have this very fine wine with me, and I would love to share a glass with you.
Oh, that'd be lovely. Absolutely. It's a good time for a glass of wine. Absolutely. Thank you.
You're welcome. So, skipping ahead, toasting, etc., sharing a glass of my exceptionally fine wine with Pearl.
Okay.
Cheers.
Anybody else have anything they want to do?
Just throwing this out there. Kit's gonna be mad you're sharing wine with Pearl.
Well, I mean, the original plan was to have Kit along just in case, like, Pearl was doing some voodoo weird shit and she put a
Oh,
spell on me
Okay.
to have.
Yeah. Kit was there.
To have okay. So I'm sharing a glass of wine with Kit as well, assuming that
Okay.
Kit wants a glass.
Default when somebody's not here or running late is your character went to take a nap. So
She's still in the captain's
She was-
office, snoring away.
She was overwhelmed by how much darkness there is.
Aw.
nope, she's
Something like that.
there. She shares a glass of wine with the two of you. All
Okay,
right.
cool. So then, cheers. Okay.
Well, if nobody has anything else for the evening, you all do your routine monotony items. Finish your glasses of wine, and eventually turn in for the night.
I'd like to read just a little bit of my new book before I go to bed, but it's not important that I know what I'm reading right now, so.
Well, I gave you a book. Of course it's important.
Okay, well, I mean, it's important. I was gonna be patient.
Should we are we going back to our crew duties?
You weren't given any duties for the evening.
Okay.
In the couple hours you read Silt, just journal entries about failed experiments to bring dead back to life. It's definitely the early days of necromancy studies for that wizard. It's just a lot of journal entries about trying this and it failed, and trying that and it failed. Things like that.
Okay.
All right. Will you all get a long rest? Which I will give you now.
Yay.
Good.
After the message we just got, I was actually going to talk to Brad, but I'll wait till he gets back. I was just going to ask him if he could mend my pick. Now that we're not in a hurry.
I'll give it a shot, DM, if that's cool with you.
Yeah. You take the two pieces and hold them together and cast mending, and it worked. It is put back together.
Awesome. Thank you.
Does anybody have any medicine skills that maybe we can help out Odess and his warrior?
Well, before we do that, as it is morning now, a couple of you have roles you need to do. Pam, you need to add a day. You are out of blood for the return voyage.
Oh, no.
Above table, I was under the impression, so the reason I gave Pearl blood last time was because I was under the impression, like, she hasn't had non-human blood. And so we weren't sure if Minotaur or like Silt's blood would work. Does that still stand, or have I missed something?
Well, the Minotaur, if you're referring to the one in the that we fought, it had no blood.
I think she was
It was
referring to
just-
Kit.
Skeleton.
Right, yeah, I was referring to, Kit.
So you have no idea, because she has never tried anything other than, what did we say, elf, dwarf, and human blood before. So she doesn't know if anything else will work. Was all that was. What we had established is every morning for the first half of the trip, you would cut your hand open and pour blood into a vial and give it to her to drink, and then you, using a healing salve, one for the week, were able to heal that cut up on your hand so it didn't affect you in a negative way. But you had only set that up for the first week.
Gotcha.
So now we have the week back where either risk rolls or figure something else out.
Oh, awesome, thank you. Just wanted to clarify.
Yep, all good. All right, so the rolls are good. Nothing happens. But it is morning time. Is there anything anybody wants to do other than the typical go to the bathroom, get food, hang out? Any conversations? Anybody looking for anybody in particular?
While I'm having my
I need blood.
Okay, so Pam needs blood. What were you saying, Katie?
while I'm having my bucket fetish time, I'm just going to make light conversation with very quiet conversation with Grand Tempest. Ask how come sometimes gods answer prayers and sometimes they don't.
Answers in the chat box.
I'll laugh a little less quietly than my conversation had been going up to that point. And by a little less, I mean I laugh pretty loudly.
So you all hear Silt just kind of muttering to herself, and then just laughs out loud.
You all right over there?
Oh yeah, yep. I'm good. I'm great. Thank you.
Care to share with the rest of the class, or no? You're just gonna leave us hanging on the funny stuff?
I mean, it's kind of an inside joke. Maybe someday we'll have context enough that I can share it with you. I hope so.
Gonna be one of those. Okay.
Okay,
Wait,
if it's
to clear-
morning, I'm gonna go get breakfast.
Yeah. I think that is a swell idea.
Yep. Breakfast is served, as is customary in the Salvagers Guild. Following a successful salvage, breakfast consists of chicken and waffles.
Oh man.
Chicken
Nice.
and waffles.
Yeah.
Chicken's one of the few land-based creatures you guys are familiar with, kept in the lower hold.
Wait, doesn't Silt like fish and waffles?
Excuse me while I throw up.
I might go throw up for that one. Hey, Max is here.
Hey Max.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
It is morning, the day after you guys returned to the ship. Silt had successfully negotiated with the captain to, if the retirement payout is good enough, he will give up the ship to you guys. And you guys are just doing wake-up stuff. So Taddy and Odess just went to eat breakfast. Silt is sitting in the corner, talking to herself and occasionally chuckling loudly. Okay. Well, if nobody's got anything of note for the day other than the routine stuff,
Well, I'd like to
Oh,
have
go
a
ahead.
conversation at some point in the day about what we have not yet promised the captain.
Okay. Roll just a straight d20 for me.
So 13.
Okay. You find time in the morning to get everybody together in a quiet part of the ship and have your conversation.
So what do you guys think about payrolling old captain?
First things first. Where are you standing compared to Otis?
I'm just
I
gonna
don't
leave
know.
you guys where you are on the map, but we'll say you're all down in the hold.
Okay.
I'm probably not like right on your left ear because I'm aware that you can't hear out of it.
I'm just gonna be honest with you. If you want to keep the whole entire ship like
Yes.
permanently,
I do.
I haven't really been paying attention to what it is that we're supposed to be doing here. I've just been playing along so that they weren't all suspicious or whatever.
Well,
We'd
I
be
mean,
better
listen.
off keeping him and the crew on the payroll and let them keep the ship, and then just them be available if we need them to be. Than it would be
Yeah.
for us to take this whole entire ship.
And what do we bring back to darling Lord Marshal?
Well, I mean, you've given the captain the ion stones. If he turns them in, then obviously there's no he was on the up and up.
Yeah, but I'm getting the feeling now, and this isn't hard, but I am getting the feeling now that this is kind of a vengeance. He's out to get Captain Reith, and whether it's through us, which it doesn't sound like it would be, it would be through another way, in which we possibly lose Captain that way, and also our in to the hierarchy.
Well, if I remember the conversation correctly, our job was to come on, keep an eye on him, plant the stones, see if he returns the stones. Our job wasn't to determine whether or not he actually is crooked. Our job was to prove he was or he wasn't.
Patty,
That make
haven't
sense?
you ever greased any hands before?
Why? No, you can't hold on to things when you grease hands. Like, why would you do that?
Fucking
Okay.
hell.
Yes. Well, you know what? That is definitely true. And I see that we have different perspectives.
What's the point of getting higher, like in the hierarchy?
Well, to eventually be able to steal the documents I
Well-
originally hired y'all to help me do.
Well, I mean, we complete the job whether we prove he's crooked or not, right?
Yes.
Shouldn't that move us up in their good graces?
It
Just
might.
by finishing the job?
It might.
And
Okay,
honestly,
well,
ultimately, this might be a no-win job.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Which I guess is valuable information as well.
yeah. Kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't moment if you think about it.
So you guys don't want to own a ship and payroll the captain. I mean, it's
Mike, I think you're muted.
power may have gone to my head. Owning a ship, that's completely possible.
No, I was muted. I was talking to my son.
Oh, my bad.
It's okay. Yeah, so, I'm sorry. What did I miss?
No, we're
So-
just talking about. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, Silt was talking about how she wanted to own the ship, which I'm not
Are we
opposed to, but
Are we paying them, or are they paying us?
No, we're gonna pay them. That's what I heard Silt say.
I mean, that's what I heard about payroll. So I just want to be clear about
yeah.
who's paying who.
Also, though, it gives us a place to sleep if we own a ship
Yes.
Well,
and
And a way to get around if we need to.
Yes, exactly.
and then Gal's gonna kind of like put her fingers together and say like, I have a boat.
You have excuse me?
A boat.
Where?
And I like pull it out of my bag, and I'm like, it's a foldable boat.
Ah.
I want it.
Make an
You-
insight
you-
check. So, Katie.
Okay.
And Becca, make a persuasion check.
Am I persuading her of something? I was just telling her I had a boat.
I mean, you literally just pulled what looks like a small cardboard box out of your bag and said it's a boat.
So hold on,
So-
Is it
persuasion.
a magic
You said
boat? Does it become bigger? Like if you sprinkle a water and poof, it's a boat?
Yeah, and it
Shit,
folds
you
down
said.
to like different sizes, to however big we need it.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I doubt that tiny thing's gonna be anything like this ship we're on.
No, that's true.
Pearl's intrigued by the boat.
That's true.
She wants more
But-
information.
But if we need a boat to get around small places, I have a boat. Not that I need it personally, but I want it. I wanted to keep it. We haven't really needed it up until now, considering we were going on a boat. So it's in our back pocket
Not
if we
to-
need it.
Not to mention, we're also kind of where we are. We're just full of water and other boats that I'm sure that.
Consider it this way: this is a lifeboat in case this one sunk.
Which I
Yeah.
appreciate
Yeah.
very much.
I had a plan in case shit hit the fan. Gallon will hold out the boat for Silt to inspect.
I will inspect
And
it.
and Pearl if Pearl wants to see it too.
I am not trusting that
Can
it
you
is a
show me
very
a boat?
water-worthy boat.
She just wants to see it grow.
I want to see it. Yes, I want to see it.
That's what she said. She wants to see it grow.
Fucking thank you, finally someone.
No, I heard what you said.
Just lube it up a little bit. Just
Can
get some water
I-
on there.
Just
DM, if
sprinkle
I
a little
grew-
water on
if
it
I-
and make it. Let me stay quiet. Let me stay quiet. Okay, but I want to see it.
DM, if I open it up to the smallest amount, would it just like encompass the whole space we're in and turn very comical? Like we're all getting pushed out to the edges.
The room
Yeah.
you're currently in, probably. So the small version is 10 feet long and 4 feet wide. The larger version is 24 feet long and 8 feet wide. So the larger version is almost as big as the ship you guys are on.
That's
So,
definitely.
wait.
big
Except
to
it's
see
only
it.
it's only 6 feet deep.
So
Did
we're
this
all
thing come
standing
in at-
here, and she's holding this box, talking about wanting to open it. Is that what I'm hearing?
I couldn't remember the dimensions. Does this thing
Just for
What's on the
come with
clarification.
instructions?
If you open up the information for the item, Becca, it's
Mhm.
it's in there.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna hold it out to
Nope,
all of
I'm
them.
out.
I'm
nope,
not opening. I'm
gone.
not opening the
I'm
box.
gone.
It's the pamphlet.
Nope. Magic box.
Yo,
that-
Daddy's
that-
running.
That she
I'm
says
running.
turns into a ship. No, I'm out.
If I see Taddy running, I'm running.
Yep, nope. Magic
As you-
box. She's playing with it on a boat. Nope.
As-
Because if the
as
hole
you-
rolls out the side, I'm not getting blamed. No.
As you open up the small piece of parchment that the wizard gave you with the details, Taddy and Odess both turn and run out of the room, and you're just like, it's just the manual.
That is exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm like, it's just the instruction manual. And then I
Nope.
show it to Silt, Pearl, and Kit if they want to see it.
I will read the instruction manual, and then I will be more believing that it is actually a boat,
And-
and I will say,
well-
"Please do not open that."
No, I wasn't planning.
Okay.
Well, I thought about it for a little bit, but I think
real-
with the instruction manuals and the size, it's just too big.
Realistically,
Well, I guess that answers that question for me. I mean, you have a bow. If we ever need one, we have one. So why waste money?
realistically,
something
you've got
that-
enough room in here to show the small version. You would have to go up to the top deck to show the large version.
I don't want to.
Um,
I don't want them to see that I have a second boat on hand.
Okay.
I-
It also
I'd
tells
lean
you
over
how
to-
many creatures each size can carry. So the small one can only hold 4, and the large one can hold up to 15. And it comes with oars, steering oar, an anchor, a deck cabin, and a mast with a square sail. So the big one is an actual sailboat for 15 people. The small one is like a slightly oversized canoe.
I lean over to Otis and I go, I'm not getting blamed for whatever they're doing in there. But
Nope.
while I was getting through my bags for my pick that you fixed for me earlier, I realized I have some string. If you can find a needle, you want to try and sew that ear back on?
Which side are you on?
The good ear.
Which side is the good ear?
Ooh.
I'm not
The
answering
one
this time.
the one that's visible.
Smart ass.
You're bald and you've got elf ears. It's not that hard to miss.
Just
I mean-
offering.
Yeah. We tried to sew it on. I don't know. Is that how that works?
I don't know, but it would look better than one-eared elf. Just
You
saying,
can
brother.
certainly try.
Ooh, you know
Right.
what we could try? But I'm gonna need your help. We're gonna
What?
see if this works. I don't know if this
I mean-
works.
I mean, I got some wax. We could, like try and seal it back on, but that could get messy and hot, and I don't want to burn you.
No. Let's not do that.
Okay, well,
Ooh. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna pull the ear out of my bag,
Okay.
and I'm gonna give it to Tatty. I'm gonna tell him I need you to hold it up, and he's gonna like tap where his ear was at. just hold it right here.
okay. I'll pinch it with my thumb and my first finger, and I'll do the like I'm threading a needle, and okay, I think I got it where you want it, bud.
Okay, and then I'm gonna cast mending and see if that works.
Ooh. I don't think mending works on flesh objects. Give me just a second.
I mean, I'm reading it right now, and it just says a single break or tear
In
Yeah,
an
an object.
object.
in an object. Technically, an ear's an object, but I defer to your judgment on that.
And it's small. It's not very big,
Mhm,
so
mhm.
it would definitely fit within the length range of the break, rip, tear, whatever.
So are you saying Odessa is an object?
Okay.
We all.
You, as he's holding the ear, Taddy, I need a dexterity check from you, by the way.
Oh, this is gonna end great.
Hey, no, Dex is. I'm good at Dex.
Hey, however
That
this
one.
ends, bro, we're giving it a shot.
Okay.
Yeah.
The DC was 14 to make sure that you get the ear level with the other one. Otherwise, it would have been crooked. You hold the ear up.
I was concentrating on that, so I hope.
Yeah. You
Honestly,
hold,
I was expecting it to be crooked.
you hold the ear up, and Taddy, you reach up and you cast mending. And you say, okay, let it go. And Taddy lets go, and the ear stays in place.
Hooray.
Hey.
But
can
I'm
you-
gonna turn.
I'm gonna whisper in that ear. Can you hear me?
You don't hear him.
Huh?
Shit. Okay, so
Huh?
I lean over the good ear. It stayed, but apparently you can't hear me.
Shit!
But you look better, buddy. I smile
Fair.
and give a big thumbs up. And a matter of fact, you smell brownies.
Woo! High five, brownies. Actually, you know what? Where the fuck are these brownies coming from?
oh, wait. And I get in my bag and I hand you a cookie.
Son of a
Pete.
bitch!
Wait, Taddy.
After those freaking cookies for like 14 weeks.
Otis is gonna take the cookie and he's gonna
Above table.
he's just gonna be like, thanks, buddy.
Yeah,
And
oh,
reach
you're
out for a
welcome.
high five.
I give him a high five.
Nothing
guess-
like a
guess-
quick distraction.
Yep. I guess we'll have to see if I can get that fixed back there. But hey, at least I'm not the one-eared purple monster eater or whatever anymore.
Smile and give you some couple thumbs up.
As you
Wait.
step back and give him a thumbs up, you now realize the ear is on upside. No, I'm kidding.
That would be
Hey.
fucking hilarious.
I was trying really hard to help him here. Like
Is there
if there's
anything else?
Any chance of Taddy showing caring for anybody? that was the moment. Like that's what you're getting, bud. Me, I really tried to hold that ear up. Get it on
I'll take
straight.
it. I'll take it. I knew you were a big softie.
Better
Is
calm
there
that.
anything else you want to try and do in regards to the ear?
No, no, hold on. Oh,
It's the left side, right?
yeah.
I think Odessa has the highest medicine roll, right?
Probably.
It would be
Like proficient in
between
it.
it would be between him and Pam.
I mean,
The blood drinker knows how to medicine shit. Whoa.
Makes sense.
Well, being a
Listen,
paladin,
no comment. Yeah.
whatever twist we put on it, they're still paladin abilities.
You know how to take care of them and drain them.
Right?
Exactly.
That should
Gotta
be
have 'em
Pam's
both.
motto. I'll save your life. I'll save your life, or I'll take your life.
So we just need to get Pearl like a pet that she can almost kill and then heal and then almost kill and then heal.
She could be keeping all of her
yo,
victims
y'all
like
some fucked up people.
You're all are
She
getting
got
into the
That's a
world
really
of
fucking idea, actually.
y'all are getting in the world of necromancy, and she's not a wizard. She's a paladin. We just reskinned a bunch of stuff to be blood magic.
Yo,
There's-
But it
I heard
makes
Miller
sense,
time
though.
over there.
Dr.
wait a
Pepper
minute.
time, actually.
Wait a minute. I've ran a cleric. That's at certain levels she should be able to get a minion spell.
She's not a cleric though.
She's a paladin, like Fitz.
I'm
So
a paladin.
she'll get
Oh,
the
paladin.
find steed, and find greater steed. But that's it.
Oh, there isn't like a isn't there? I thought there was like a friends option in there or something, or charm or something like that. Suggestion. I think there's something in there. Little house.
All three of those spells just influence how a person behaves towards you, and it's for a limited amount of time.
All right, I was
Ga-
like, someone could be her blood slave.
Unless you're talking about Gaia, Geas, which gives you like full control over a creature for 30 days or some shit. Because I think we talked about that one at one point. But that's like a 4th or 5th level cleric spell.
Or that, yeah, I didn't mean it was like
Yeah.
she's going to get it anytime soon, but
Yeah, no, that's a mid-level spell that Odess will be able to get at one point should he choose to. Pearl will not have access to that. So, all right. Anything else you guys want to do?
Well, I'm just gonna say, so ladies, I guess we have a boat. So it sounds like you want to let the captain keep his boat, and we don't payroll him, and we just keep him as a friend.
I mean, he's gonna be retired here pretty soon. He just wants to talk to his wife and spend out his days happy.
Yep.
Yeah.
That seems pretty honorable to me. I like him.
All right, let's. I'm gonna go.
I like
see if
him
can
more than I
find
like
him.
the Watchers, and I'd rather put a wrench in their gears, if you know what I mean.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. So I'm gonna head out and see if I can find the captain, and if I pass Odessa and Taddy doing strange things, I'm just gonna look at them and continue on my way.
Look the other way, Sil. You see
You definitely see them screwing with Odessa's ear, like, no, hold still, I almost got it. Like, almost like they're trying to super glue it back on. But you make your way up to the top deck, and the captain is in his quarters. You knock, and he invites you in. What can I do for you, Trevor?
Captain, I've talked with the crew, my crew, not your crew, and we don't see any advantage to taking your ship from you versus just letting you continue and retiring naturally. I'm worried, of course, I am worried that the Lord Marshal is going to try to come after you in some other way, but maybe now that you know about this, you can keep a wary eye out. I would still like to keep you as a contact and offer you pro bono favors on behalf of the Scalpel and the Scalpel's hand. And at this point, I'll get out some paper and I'll write on it the Scalpel's hand, contact, Silt, and I'll hand it to him.
It is indeed always good to have friends in, well, all places, as it would be.
Yes, lucrative places.
Indeed.
I'm going to reach in and I'm going to grab the other 2 ion stones and hand them to him, and I'm going to tell him that we were to plant these in your cargo because the likelihood, quote, of you stealing them for yourself would be quite high, as they are valuable. There were 6. I've now given you 6. Do with them as you will. The Lord Marshal's keeping an eye on them when they show back up.
Appreciate you giving me the rest of the stones so no negativity befall me upon returning. And, in exchange for your generosity and our new budding friendship, I will let you in on a little secret later this evening.
I look forward to it.
Good. If you'll excuse me, I gotta finish up these logs before the remainder of the journey.
I'll nod and head out.
Go to the table. We're all fucked.
We don't know that.
I'm not gonna lie, Katie, above table, I've been spending the last 25 minutes going through my head what's gonna happen if you don't give him those last 2 stones. Do you go back down to the lower deck with everyone else?
I'm gonna yes, because I can see less water down there.
Okay. As you come down the stairs, you see Taddy just like gently whispering into Odessa's ear, and he goes, "Huh? Ah!"
Gonna mumble to myself and Grand Tempest. I don't think that worked.
Do I see her walking by?
Sure.
I'm not being sneaky.
Look the other way, Silt!
Gonna flip
Does
my
Kate, Galen,
hand
and
back.
myself hear any of this shenanigans with Taddy and others? Or no?
You just hear Odessa shout, "Look the other way! Look the other way!"
Okay, Pearl's gonna come out and be like, what the fuck is going on?
I'm gonna also, at this point, I'm going to laugh out loud, pretty loudly again, and say, yeah, you'd think a cleric would know that.
Pearl comes out, looks at Taddy like, what's going on here?
Alan's gonna come out and say,
Otis.
Otis, your ear looks fixed.
There's so much chaos going on right now. Oh my god.
Wait.
shit.
Otis was wondering about the cleanliness of his armor, and I was, helping him clear off the soot from his shoulder pad, whatever.
Taddy, make a deception check. Everybody else make an insight check, with the exception of Silt, who witnessed what happened.
Wait, do I need to
Okay.
do that? I know what happened.
No, you don't have to.
I choose to not give away Taddy's lie, if that makes any difference.
Okay.
I have the cookie at this point, right?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
be like, I got a cookie.
Where'd you get
Pearl-
the cookie?
And Gallon, you believe him. He was helping clean armor, and now he has a cookie.
Where'd you get the cookie?
On.
Gallon, it looks like you're to the left.
I mean, they just walked in. There might be some of that smell left in the air. I don't know. That's up to you, DM.
Yeah, there's no breeze down here, so the smell kind of lingers. You guys all smell brownies.
I'm gonna
Very
look at Galen
faintly.
and say, where the fuck did we get brownies from?
As she says that, I am stalking up to Otis. I'm gonna grab his face and be like, "Where did you get the cookie?" Like making sure I shout, like damn near shout it in his good ear.
Pam, you just reminded me of that scene from the Johnny Knoxville movie where he pretends to be special to get into the Special Olympics, and they come back
Brad
like,
had me watch
when the
that. It is
fuck
so
did we get
good.
ice cream? That's the one fuck they could use in that entire movie to maintain a PG-13 rating, and it was
Oh, it was
perfect.
so great.
When
So
the
great.
fuck did we get ice cream?
Brownies? You guys are not
What?
sharing? Wow.
I'm just gonna be looking at Gallon like, where did you come from?
Pearl's
I-
there like, eh,
My eyes are gonna kind of soften because obviously his ear's still not working, and I'm just gonna kind of like pat his cheek and be like, "Where did you get the cookie?"
I'll reach in my bag and pull 2 more out. Here.
I'm gonna like grab it and just like hold it up to him and be like, "Thank you."
Lord.
As you kind of, as you're readjusting your bag back to the ready position, you see out of the corner of your eye Kit's hand reach between the two of them. And it's just big Minotaur hand is sitting there waiting for her cookie.
Yeah, here you go. Here you go.
That you assume Kit would actually reach in for a cookie when she's more into pasta.
This is true, but cookies are life. And I'm sorry, Max. I figured you would.
No, you're
step
fine.
away.
No, you're good.
I mean, it's whatever. That's what I got him in the bag for. So.
Everybody
as
who
Pearl's eating her little cookie.
everybody who ate a cookie, you get 1
Sorry.
temporary hit point for the day.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Magic cookies, and she
Awesome.
just like gently starts nibbling on the cookie, trying to make it last.
Oh, Otis is smacking that shit.
I mean, they're not they're not magic cookies, but after a week and a day at sea, you know, it's just a little
Look,
taste of
DM,
home.
it just
makes
it
you feel
just
better.
feels a little bit more magical.
It feels magical, but it's not actually magical.
You know, I mean, I'm Taddy. I'm a rogue. I got random shit in my bag. That's
This is a finger I cut off my best friend when we were 3.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah,
Magic bag of tricks.
you really don't want to look in a rogue's bag. I'm just saying, it's chaos.
I'm gonna look at Taddy and just say, you know, this ain't no blood, but it's pretty good. Thank you.
This ain't the blood.
This ain't no
I mean-
blood cookie, but it's pretty
It's
decent.
no blood. It's a
I- I-
cookie.
I'll tell you what. Hold on. I'll pull out my dagger. Hold out your cookie,
Okay.
and I'll put my finger over the cookie and just like paper cut it so it gets a drip on there. Make you happy?
Blood cookie.
Oh, this is awesome. Blood covered cookie. I love it.
Blech. Otis is gonna start gagging. Just blech.
You
Yeah,
very much
yeah.
enjoy the taste, Pam, but it is not enough to take away your blood hunger for the day.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, this is good.
In
This is
fact-
good. It's not there.
In fact,
But-
make a Constitution saving throw.
I'm trying to
Thank
help
God.
here.
Yeah.
Gallen's
fuck.
just gonna kind of chuckle, like still nibbling on her cookie, and just be looking joyfully at the crew, at everyone
The-
around her.
Taste of the couple drops of blood reinforces the fact that you need blood to exist. and actually adds another click.
Oh shit.
God damn it.
Kylie. God damn it, Kylie.
You were trying to help, man. It's all good.
Which is going to
I'm gonna look at Galen.
put you up
Sorry,
to
go
your
ahead.
level 1 exhaustion.
Well, I already had one.
Nope. Not currently.
It
This
got
is
removed when
something
you-
this is something I apply to you. Right now, the hunger is bad enough that it's going to give you disadvantage on all of your ability checks for as long as you have that level of exhaustion.
Oh man.
So
Okay.
you went from, yeah, I need it, but I can hold off a little bit, to I fucking need blood.
I fucking need it. Blood.
Like you're
Okay. Okay.
you're a heroin addict 3 days off the last poke. You're fiending.
Okay.
About to do some
Fucking
shady shit for nachos. That's what's up.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna look at Galen as she's like tastefully enjoying her cookie, having like the most peaceful moment of her life, and I'm gonna look at her and say, I need blood. And give her a little smirk.
Galen's gonna kind of nod and like look at Kit and be like, Kit, did you want to try this one this time? See if it works.
Pearl's gonna look at Kit and smile.
If not, I can do it. I'm just asking.
Yeah, I can try.
That smile, like,
Yeah, I already tried it, and you know how big I am. I mean, I can't.
No, you would like die. We're good.
Right? Yeah.
yeah.
I
Mind
gave her a
try
few
it.
drop. I tried. That's all I can say. And then I'm just gonna walk away. And, I don't know. Head to the top deck.
How are you going about giving her blood?
This is a fun little. I am. Hold on. I guess I'm gonna take my dagger and cut part of my forearm because I kind of need my hands to play music.
Okay. And are you just
Can I use
offering
a
her your
healing?
are you just
token?
offering her your forearm then, or what are you doing?
It will ask, is it better if I just hold it out and you suck off of my arm, or do I need to put it in like a bottle or something?
I mean, I can suck it off. It's okay.
I'm gonna, like, when I get to the top of the stairs, I'm gonna kind of just stay at the top of the stairs and try and keep anybody from going downstairs.
Yeah, the crew's all just kind of hanging out up top.
Okay. Well, I don't want anybody to walk in on that because that's going to be a shit show.
So Kit, you make about an 1.5 inch laceration across your forearm and hold it out for Pearl. And Pearl, you begin sucking. Make a wisdom saving throw at disadvantage.
Can't wait for Trevor to come in and see this.
Gonna whip it out and let her suck it, huh? I mean, goddamn. I knew we were all a
At
party, but
disadvantage,
shit.
At disadvantage.
What throw?
A wisdom saving.
After
Wisdom.
drinking the wine together last night, now you're sucking
No,
on
no.
her arm. Like,
Fucking leave it
Shit
to the
is,
bar.
shit is happening.
You begin sucking on Kit's forearm. And finally, blood. Fresh blood. Fresh blood straight from a living body. And you underhand grab Kit's forearm and bite down, digging into her forearm with your teeth to get more. Go ahead and roll your bite damage. Just roll it on Kit, because she's going to take that damage.
Okay.
And
If
you
it isn't
are
the consequences of my own actions.
you are
I
attached.
should have just
Kit,
done it. Kid, I'm
Kit-
so sorry.
Kit, you are currently grappled.
Okay.
Do you react in any way?
No, I'm just gonna chill there. Be like, oh, that's more pressure than I was expecting, but okay.
Do I notice that it's any particularly like any noticeable damage to Kit
Uh,
as Pearl's doing this?
you might have noticed Kit like wince a little bit, and you would have
Okay, I'm
seen
gonna-
Pearl. You would have seen Pearl kind of like do the charging cat bite, where she takes that first sip and her eyes widen, and then she opens her jaw wide and latches down.
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of come up behind and kind of like grab Pearl's back armor like at her neck, just in case she gets a little crazy.
Okay. Pearl, make another wisdom saving throw at disadvantage.
That's better.
About a minute's gone by, and you regain your cognitive senses and realize that you bit down and were holding on. But you are satiated. You lose all your blood hunger and back in control of yourself.
Oh my god, Kit, I'm so sorry. Are you alright?
I'm fine. I knew you needed it. I told you.
Are you okay? Are you
Yeah.
sure? I have
Yeah,
a
I'm good.
potion if you need it. I'm sorry.
No, I'm good. I'm fine.
I
Okay,
suggest
thank
getting
you.
the vial. That's
Oh,
empty.
yes.
Yeah. Do that while my wound is still fresh.
Mm-hmm.
Above
Blood
table,
transfusion over here.
Pam, because I had actually looked, you actually have 2 vials.
Yeah.
Fill her up. Fill her up.
So I'm gonna do my little transfusion over there, like doo doo doo.
All of my Minotaur blood, please. Not all of it. Save me some. I would like to be alive.
I will. I'll be cautious, I promise.
So you fill up the 2 small vials. It's not a whole lot of blood. And Kit, you're bleeding a little bit, not a lot, but you know it's like a dog bite. It's not arterial, but there is some bleeding.
Can I use lay on hands on her to like fully protect it? Like,
Yeah. You
Wound
so
it?
you fill up the vials. Go ahead and just drop one on her. She's only got 3 points of damage. She only got to do one. And after
Okay.
you fill up and cork the vials, you place your hands over, and there's a blood red glow underneath your hands. And when you remove them, the wounds have completely healed.
beautiful. Thank you, my friend.
Not a problem. Just don't tell Silt I did that.
I won't.
My lips are sealed.
Otis is just gonna giggle.
Good times.
Anything anybody else is up to for the day?
I'm in my bunk writing in my journal.
Okay.
Wait, Sil didn't tell anybody about the captain saying a secret, right? That's only a conversation between her and the
Correct.
captain?
Correct.
Okay, never mind. So then I'm just gonna go to rest for a little bit.
It's still daytime, right?
Well,
Wait.
it's eclipse, but we're kind of covering the whole day right now.
Got it. But it wasn't as dark as it was previously, I'm guessing.
No, it's the same
It's
amount of dark. It does
It's
not
just
fluctuate
always-
during the eclipse.
Okay.
I'm gonna go upstairs and go chat around with the crew for a little bit.
When those two come in, I'm slamming my journal shut and putting it away.
I'm gonna go talk to the first mate and be like, so I hear the captain's retiring. What's gonna happen with the ship?
Salvagers Guild hierarchy will decide who takes the next captaincy.
Are you in line for that? Being first mate and all?
I might be. I don't know. I haven't quite filled out all my time as first mate yet, but yeah, it's a possibility. It just depends on what they decide they want to do. I'm sure they typically consider first mates, but really it depends on what other options there are.
Okay. Cool. Cool. And then, yeah, I was just gonna like keep striking conversation with other people of the crew, asking how long they've been in the Salvager Girl, that kind of stuff.
Okay. That it all varies. All the crew members have been members for less than 5 years. Typically, after the 5 to 8 year mark is when you start getting moved up to helmsman or navigator or first mate or other positions like that. So they're all relatively new in comparison to the first mate and the captain. Insert generic backstories here.
I would like to, if it's okay, go check the weather again.
Silt, were you going to talk to Odess?
I was just gonna ask him if I could see his new trident.
My new trident.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me go do this real quick and then I'll come back down and I'll show it to you down here.
Okie dokie.
Make a perception check at disadvantage, Brad.
Well, fuck me.
Those
Yeah,
ones.
It doesn't look like a storm, as far as you can tell.
Okay. I will go back down to where Silt is at. And
I'm willing to like stick Ace in the bag of holding so he doesn't have to get it out all the way.
well, let's just go to our room
Okay.
and I'll pull it. I'll pull it out for you.
All right.
Come behind this closed door. Let me whip it out real quick.
Kit wasn't right there. Damn it.
No, Kit's gonna see you whip it out though at her bunk.
Yeah. Okay, so just because I want to see how this goes down.
Well, you're gonna whip it out and say, "I got a big one for you."
Usually it takes me a minute to get all of it out. Hold on.
We're gonna go to the bunk right here where Silt's at, and I'm gonna make sure my back's turned to Kit, and I'm just gonna like start pulling it out of the bag and just be like, "Here, let me pull it out for you." Just kind of slowly pull it out.
Support the tip. I don't want it to drop and hit the floor.
Exactly.
Pearl's just gonna wake up and kind of just be like, what the fuck is going on? And kind of look at them without them noticing that she's looking at them.
So, Kit is gonna tower over you, and she's gonna go in the deepest voice she can. What are you pulling out?
Just let it happen.
Wait, which one of them are taller?
Kit.
That's a good question.
No, it's Kit.
Kit
I
is
did this. I literally did this like the first day. It's Kit.
Kit is about 8'4". Odess is 6'5". So Kit
Okay.
stands almost 2 feet taller than Odess.
Oh my god. Okay.
I tower over
God.
all of you.
So as kids do it, I don't know if you can see it on camera. As kids like towering over me, I'm just gonna like kind of like bend over like I'm hiding it and just kind of keep pulling it out.
And if I'm not oblivious to all of these euphemisms going on, I'm going to pretend that I am oblivious because I don't care about all.
Pearl wakes up and just she stands up and she's like, what the fuck are you doing? To Otis.
Kit's gonna physically turn Otis around.
As she turns Otis around, he should be like, "Ah!" And it's just gonna be glowing right in Kid's face.
Okay.
Hold on. Wait,
If I remember how it worked correctly. Maybe it won't be.
there's something about that. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
That is glowing.
Kit,
It's a
you
shame
turned
the
him
mic is-
around,
Oh, there
right?
he is.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Yeah, you can burn one of the charges on it.
I mean, I don't know what I'm burning. I just know if I touch it, it glows. So I'm
Okay,
assuming if
so
I touch it, it glows even though even
above-
more.
Above table, it shines as a bright light. So 30 feet normal light, 30 feet dim light. Beyond that, you can turn the light on or off as a bonus action. And then as a reaction, immediately after being hit by an attack, which in this case we're going to say Kit turning you around is quote-unquote being hit by an attack, you can expend one charge and cause the attacker to be blinded for 6 seconds. And then it regains 1d4 expended charges daily at dawn.
Absolutely, I want to do that.
Okay. So he
Except for
turns
now
up.
that I know that, I'm gonna be like, "You're blinded by the light."
So
I do
as
it.
you turn him around, a blinding flash of light radiates out from the trident, and you are. It's like when you walk outside from a dark room on a clear Texas day, and you're just like blinded for 6 seconds. You got to stand there and wait for your eyes to adjust.
It's not gonna go well with Otis because big bulky lady can't see anything. She's gonna be stomping around like my eyes.
For only 6 seconds.
Yeah, you'll be all right.
Yeah, only 6 seconds, but burning my poor
Otis is gonna be
retinas.
like, "It's okay. That happens to everybody on their first time."
Odess, make a dexterity saving throw.
God damn it!
Had to do it.
Ah, fucking finally something decent.
You are able to get out of the way as Kit thrashes around blindly and avoid being stepped on. But eventually your sight returns to you, Kit, and you see Odess standing there snickering, holding a glowing trident.
Were you just trying to make me come over there to beat you up, little boy?
I mean, you
What?
came over. You came, didn't you? Huh?
Not nice to whip things out without people's consent.
We've gone full circle on the euphemisms, all the way from, excuse me while I whip this out, to you came, didn't you?
So I would like to interrupt this this back and forth between them, and I will turn
Situation.
Otis back to me. So he's, we're looking at each other.
Do you
And
do it
I'll-
again, Odess?
Wow, somebody's excited. As I hold it up, glowing right in front of her.
Girl's
Are
gonna
you-
walk out completely from the room. She's just like, I'm out.
And I'm going to say to Otis, completely seriously, like, this is I've taken the correct pauses of seconds in the correct places and say tridents can be very powerful tools. You look very good with a powerful trident.
Aww.
Art, ouchie. Time to walk away from this conversation with my pride in between my legs. Goodbye.
Kit, don't leave. The more the merrier.
Nasty.
Girl just felt like she was star wheeling on the conversation, so she's just walked out of it. Like, nope, let me just go. Let me just go.
This is perfect. Okay, so I'm going to continue to say to Otis, and still very, very much seriousness, Poseidon had a trident.
Yes. Where are you going with this?
I think you could help him if we found this trident. If you promise to not blind Kit anymore.
So Otis is gonna pause for a second and kind of like look up. So you're saying if I don't get it in her eyes anymore,
Jesus Christ.
Gosh.
You guys need to find a better way to word these things. Jesus Christ.
and I'm trying to say this with the straightest face possible, that if I don't get it in her eyes again, that I can find Poseidon's trident? Like, are you saying you know where this is at?
I don't know specifically. What I know is I know some general things. I know that it exists. I know that it is. I have a pretty good feeling it's separated from Poseidon right now, and the wielder can be very powerful.
He's gonna put the trident back in the bag and kind of look at Silt and be like, how do you know any of this? Like, it wasn't long ago that people were saying Poseidon was a dead god, and now you're telling me that there's a possibility that Poseidon might be separated from his trident. I mean, if you're telling me would I love to have that trident, yes, I would. However, I'm confused, if that makes sense.
You want to know how I came across what I'm telling you.
Yes, because up till now, everybody said he's dead and has taken me for a fool. And you come from, high fly ball to left field.
Yep. Well, you know what?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me pause this conversation for a second. You say everybody. Not everybody.
It's
Patty hasn't said shit about Poseidon.
I think he means other people like around.
It's
Not,
the
none
general
of the core
populace.
group.
it's a generalized thing. Okay.
Okay. Just clarifying.
No, don't worry,
I
Tad.
got a little insulted being
Caddy, you're my
up with everybody.
you're my little buddy. I know you got a heart, homie. It's all good.
He knows now.
Heart hole full of cookies. Let's go.
Yep.
So, well, I mean, sometimes left field is the best place to look for the truth.
He's gonna take a deep breath and say, well, again, as I said before, I'm not opposed to going and finding this trident. However, Poseidon is not a god to be trifled with.
Oh, I know that.
And if there's something that you know or involved with him, he's not known to be the what do you call it? Merciful kind, if that makes sense.
I hold the very fantastic position right now of not being involved and just having knowledge. Just remember, I was not born on Haven.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
As I watch Becca type in her notes, Silt's on some shit right now.
Yes.
Sorry.
Legitimately, no, you're not wrong. You are not wrong. I think I take notes, but I know like my character doesn't know this.
I'm not actually watching you type in your notes.
No, but you can imagine me just all of a sudden here just like typing furiously.
And I think you've made notes like that before too, like Pam on some bullshit. I think that was after the first time she took somebody in the alley and came back alone.
I did.
Sorry, continue, Katie.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
No, my point is, I guess, that I not only have nothing against Poseidon, but I would love to see him come back into his power.
In all fairness, though, you didn't insinuate giving the trident back to Poseidon. You insinuated me with the trident.
Well, look, shh. Okay. Yes. Because he doesn't have his trident right now. He's not.
And you know this
able-
for a fact.
Yes. He's not able to wield his trident right now.
Okay. How
What
do you know this?
what you do with it is up to you. I just think that you would be a very capable wielder of this trident, partially because of your devotion to Poseidon. Not partially, a large part due to your devotion to Poseidon.
He's going to kind of look around like he's thinking. Again, the only struggle that I have with this is you haven't told me how.
How to get it?
No, how you know this.
Oh,
We
it's-
haven't talked about how to get it. We haven't even crossed that path yet.
it's-
Right now, you've given me all this information and said take me for this word. I would love to, but
I know many things that I've picked up in the world, in my travels. You don't have to believe me. I just think it would benefit maybe me as a bystander, but mostly you. So I'm
there's
just
something
telling
in
you.
this for you.
Well, yes, absolutely. With
So what's
a
in this for
powerful
you?
trident comes power. And if you aren't aware yet, I do like power.
Well, yes, I'm quite aware of that, but how does me being the wielder of Poseidon's trident give you power? See, this is where I'm struggling with this.
Have you met Talus's followers?
I have,
Yes.
but hold on. He's gonna just hold his finger up to sell. Hold on. We're not going in circles about this, and I want to believe you, but you were talking about a very extremely sacred item. You were talking about something that contains a power that probably very few have ever seen in their lifetimes,
I believe that.
except for there's some red flags. I've asked you 2, maybe 3 times now how you know this information, and you've gone in circles. You've deflected it. You've gone around it. And then shortly thereafter, you've now said that there's something that benefits you.
look, maybe I was wrong about you. So that's fine. I
Well, hold on.
don't care
Well, hold on.
that much.
No. I just. So, do you understand what you're asking of me?
I do.
Like. This is, Otis to Silt. You're asking me to take complete and total faith in you that you know where an extremely sacred item is that belongs to my deity, my god.
I don't know where it is, actually. I just
Okay.
know it exists.
Well, knowing that it exists. Okay. So. But you're inferring somehow we get it. Right?
If it comes up. Yeah. I believe it's fallen into the wrong hands.
Okay.
Talus's hands.
Well, see, now that changes the story a little bit different. I'm gonna say I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go out on a limb, and I'm gonna follow you on this one.
This is not something that is a high priority or a to-do item. I'm not actively
Well,
searching
high
for
priority or to do for you.
I'm not okay. It's not on my to-do list. Find Poseidon's trident. But if we happen upon it, then I just think that it would be in far better hands with you than Talus's followers or Talus himself. I don't know that.
No, well, if you
Because
put it that way, then yes, I would agree with you.
yes, because there is, as you have very well seen and experienced for much of your life, a slightly lopsided monopoly going on here with Talus.
Sure.
I like balance, and just doesn't seem right to me.
Well, let's say hypothetically.
Go ahead and
Sorry,
make just a broad insight check for me,
Who?
Brad.
Okay.
The guidance won't count because you'd have to actively cast that.
That's
But
fine.
with a 14, you're able to determine that what Silt is saying is truthful, but not the full truth. She's telling you what she wants to tell you, but what she is telling you is honest.
Fair. I would say that was actually kind of the way above table. That was kind of the way I was going to go with it. But to Silt, hypothetically speaking, where would one start with this?
Oh, geez. I guess it would be investigating Talus's religion and followers and where they would keep powerful artifacts.
Okay.
To the best of my knowledge.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you sharing that.
Mm-hmm. And listen, we all have pasts. And no, I don't want to tell you details specific details about how I've come across all of this information right now. Maybe in time I will, but sometimes the past is painful.
He's going to kind of chuckle and look down at some of the scars on his arms and look back at Silt and say, you don't say. But I will respect your boundaries for now. However, to be clear, at some point in the future, we will have a talk about all this. Because I have more questions myself.
We all have questions.
Deal?
Deal.
He'll nod and thank Silt. And he will carry on his way. Oh, before he leaves, though, he's going to ask, was there a particular reason you needed to see the trident?
No, it was just literally to open up conversation about Poseidon's trident.
He'll nod and he'll head on out.
To Grand Tempest, under my breath after he leaves. Jesus Christ, that one. Oh, he's gonna be tough. Except not Jesus Christ, I guess. Maybe more like... whatever. God.
Poseidon's right nipple.
Poseidon's right. That's, I like
Oh my
that.
That's canon now. The Jesus Christ of Poseidon worshippers is Poseidon's right nipple.
Got it. It's written down. And chuckle.
Alright. Any other conversations, shenanigans, happenings while all that took place? Okay. Brad, you were going to say something?
Oh, no, I was just going to ask, like, I know it's still the eclipse, but, like, what time of the day, or is it, like we're ending up, like, everybody's ending up their stuff, or we're, like, midday activities, or...
Well, you all carry on with your day, doing routine monotony as you choose. Taddy and Gallon, you guys being up on the top deck, a little after noontime, the gnome up in the crow's nest, I've got his name, I thought. No, I don't have his name. Anyways, the one up in the crow's nest calls ship on the horizon. Dead ahead. As you look forward, you can just barely make out the silhouette of a mast and sail maybe a mile out.
I'm going to shout out up at him and say, "Do you recognize it?"
It's too far. Right now I can just tell that it's a ship. As he looks down from the spyglass that he has.
And that boy's got good vision for it being this dark. I say kind of under my breath.
The first mate calls all hands to deck. Have the weapons loaded, ready for anything. You see the crew members start moving to their positions, loading the ballistas, and preparing. Is any of you doing anything?
I can hear, like, the call to deck, right?
Yep, you can all hear that.
Then I will go to deck.
I'm going to run and start helping the ballista teams, since I remember watching them.
Where's
Okay.
the captain right now?
He is standing up by the helm.
I'm going to go to him and say, Captain, it might be a good time to share the secret.
It might just
Gonna-
be the secret.
I'm
Gonna need
put
you to be
myself,
patient.
like in that corner.
Pearl and Kit, are you guys coming topside? You staying below? What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm going to go to the top.
I'm getting my bass sax ready to start playing some sea shanties. Sea shanties.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
gonna just sit down and enjoy the music.
I will go back down stairs out of sight lines.
Like downstairs, like lower deck?
Yeah, I mean, as close as I can get to being top deck so that I know what's going on, but I don't want.
Okay. So yeah, you just tuck kind of right at the base of the stairs there, so you're out of sight, but
Yeah.
you can get up in a moment's notice.
Okay.
Anybody doing anything else?
I'm just helping the ballistas.
Does Galen notice any of the crew acting strange?
No, they are all making the ship's weapons ready and going about their business and standing for orders. So I guess no more nervous than anybody would be, but I mean this crew is seasoned, so they're prepared. Would be the better word.
Okay.
Time goes on. The shadow grows slowly larger and larger. Eventually, it's close enough that you guys can all make out with the naked eye the silhouette of the ship. You notice it's not a typical ship. Most ships sit, 20 feet above the water. This one only sits maybe 10, and it's the width of about 3 ships. So it's shorter and much wider than a typical ship.
Can we see the deck from here?
It is way too dark
Okay.
with the naked eye.
I'm just looking for
Can I use my divine
Christmas
sense?
presents. That's all.
It's still about a half a mile away. So if your divine sense has a half-mile range, then yes, you can. I don't think it does, though.
Oh, but I have. I'm gonna cast it. I'm gonna do it. Is it?
Doesn't really well, 60 feet.
60 feet is your range, so that's way too far.
Okay, never mind.
Galen, you have your...
Primeval awareness.
Yep, which will let
I can tell me
you-
the following creatures within a mile of me. And up to a mile if I'm in my favorite terrain.
So...
I'm
it's
sorry,
actually-
up to 6 miles in my favorite terrain.
So within 6 miles, there are aberrations, elementals, fays, fiends, undeads, and dragons. There are all of them within 6 miles of you. But you have no clue where or how many.
Well, fuck. Alright, cool. Cool.
Cool.
But they are there. Make sure you mark
I-
off whatever you gotta mark off for that.
I gotta mark off a spell slot for that, so yes. I'm gonna turn to the first mate, since he's right behind me. And I'm gonna be like, do you know anything about this?
Well, it's either a trading vessel, a druid vessel, or a pirate.
Because I'm picking up on a lot of different type of races, a lot of different type of things going on. So, I'm inclined to think
Honey,
It's
we're
not
on the
time.
ocean. There are untold fathoms of creatures below us right now at any given moment.
dragons below us, sea dragons.
It's quite possible.
And
you
then I'm
ever
gonna
heard of-
walk up to him.
Have you ever heard of a dragon turtle? They're rare, but it's possible.
After he talks to me and I've responded, I'll walk up to him, poke him in his chest, and be like, "Don't you fucking honey me," and then I'll walk back to my post.
The first mate is a female.
Then don't you honey me, honey,
Okay.
is what I'm gonna say, and then walk back to my post.
A little bit more time passes on. The crowmen, we'll call them the crowmen, constantly on the spyglass watching, getting the ship getting closer and closer. Still a few hundred feet out, pushing like 600 feet away. It's big enough now you can see it's not so much a ship, but an oversized raft. So rafts lay flat and have a mast up the center. That's kind of what this is. But they've built up the edges a little bit. And as you're able to determine this, the crowman calls out, "Captain! It's the depths!" Captain looks up at him and responds, "Are you sure?" "Aye, Captain. For sure." "Alright, crew. Stand down. It's just the depths, beaten as we do." He beckons for the first mate to come over. They whisper to each other momentarily, and then the first mate goes down below deck.
Can I catch that conversation, being that I'm right below him?
Make a perception check.
8.
No. Ugh. I don't remember what name you gave the captain, Taddy, but he says your name as he leans over the railing. He goes, "Hey, it's all right.
Ted.
It's just a trading vessel. We work with them. We catch them every once in a while. So, it's a good opportunity for you guys to see the likes out here, though. Start building some good relations if you have anything you want to trade. Sometimes they even have a spellcaster that can do some little tricks and stuff for some coin. They live out here on the sea. They're not allowed in Haven. So they do what they need to survive. We usually trade some rations, and if we're in excess of our quota, we'll give them a little bit of construction supplies for some extra coin." So
Okay.
just have your people calm down, and if you could find Trevor and have him come talk to me, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah. I guess I'm gonna head downstairs, find Trevor as I hit the steps. I'm gonna yell, "They're traitors, guys! They're traitors!"
Am I close?
Traders?
Yeah, like trade shit, man.
Yeah, as you turn the corner to go down the steps, you see Trevor or Silt standing right there at the bottom of them.
Yeah. There's some kind of traitors, Trevor, but Captain wants to talk to you.
Uh-huh. And I'll go up to Captain.
You would have seen the first mate come downstairs and pass by you down into the lower hold. But you go up to the captain. He's Trevor.
I want to follow the first mate stealthily.
Roll a stealth check.
It seems kind of odd that everybody else is bailing and they're doing it. Or not bailing, but coming up top. 13.
Okay, I'll let you put
As-
your token where you want to be.
As he and I pass, because as we're doing that, since I saw him go down, I wanted to have him go follow him anyway, so I want to touch him with guidance.
Okay, let's go ahead and add a D4 to that roll.
Okay, I threw it in the box, but it didn't come up.
That's all right. You got a 4, and that bumped you up from a failure to a success. So, good stuff. Go ahead and put your token wherever you want it to be, Mike.
Okay, did we come in on the left side or right side?
The first mate came down the left side.
Okay, so, I mean, I guess I'd be kind of hiding in the shadows of the steps.
Okay.
I'm right behind the first mate, you know, following along at a distance, close enough to where I can see what they're doing, she's doing.
Okay. She simply comes over here to one of those hidden or the loose floor planks that you had identified earlier and lifts it up and pulls a bag out. Go ahead and make a perception check. It's a small-ish cloth bag. Can't really tell what it might contain. But she quickly takes it and puts it in the little like shoulder sack that she's wearing and replaces the board. And then she actually starts unfastening a pile of lumber that had been salvaged.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep watching.
Katie, you come up to the captain, who greets you. Hey, Trevor. So I promised a surprise, and this is it. We're about to meet with the Depths. It's the name of the ship. It's they're a little weird type. They're a druidic ship of nature. Not that they're druids, but druidic in the sense that they just kind of float around and do their own thing. But the ship's captain's a little goofy. We call it sun staining when you spend too much time in the sun and it kind of boils your brain. So he's can seem a little off, but he's harmless for the most part unless provoked. And his crew members we'll just call them weird, because that's what they are. But this is the secret I was going to tell you. Hopefully it'll build a little trust since we have a working relationship now. We do in fact trade some of the salvaged goods. Never more than the quota for the haul, but just a little bit extra to help us get by.
Okay, well, I would personally recommend not trading any of those stones I gave you.
Oh, those stones are locked away. You don't need to worry about that.
Do you ever trade any highly valuable or magical items with them?
Only
Or
if
just
they
stuff
are
with lumber?
only if they're ours personally.
Okay.
Never anything we find on the salvage runs. Too risky, as you can imagine.
I sure can. There's my
He is
insight check.
telling the truth.
Damn. This guy's like sneaky, shady, but completely trustworthy as far as I know. Okay. Well, okay. I can't make judgments at all. Take it back.
A couple minutes pass, and the ships get up next to each other, tie off so that they don't drift apart. And a small, haggard, like just wearing rags, looks like he's been at sea for his entire life, looking rough gnome jumps aboard. Ah! Captain Wraith! It's been quite some time. How be ye? Good, Captain Floring. What you got for us this time? Oh, the usual. Some food, some materials, Nothing of particular interest. You know how it goes. More interested in what you got for me. And Captain goes, can spare a little bit of construction material. We got some first timers with us. They may have some stuff they may wish to partake from their personals. But that'd be an inquiry for them, of course. Wonderful, wonderful. I don't have a name. I do have Jordan on board this time. If you have anything that needs a look to let you know what it's capable of. Sounds good. Crew, you're welcome to do what you must. We'll spend about an hour and then we'll get back to it. There's the captain right there. You see some of the crew members jump over to the other ship. There's the ship. You know, don't laugh at me.
I'm
but-
laughing at the pinkness.
It's purple, thank you.
Oh, okay.
Some of them jump over there. You can see the crew members of the raft. There's only 4 of them. And they're all gnomes, and they all look rough and quiet. You also notice none of them talk. There is one individual sitting underneath a little covered area in the center of the raft, who's wearing nicer clothes, still rough, but nicer. He's sitting there with like a little monocle inspecting some objects he's got laid out on the table before him.
I'm gonna go visit that guy.
He is a human. He is the only non-gnome aboard.
I want to go visit that guy.
Okay. Let me find just a random token here. I'm going to use this one. He doesn't look that nice, but there he is. Okay. As you step aboard the ship, you can see that the sailors of the raft that have various miscellaneous items. They, salted fish and some like fishbone charms. Just various random trade goods. Nothing of particular note or interest. But Odess, as you get up to the human sitting in the middle of the raft, he has a number of jewelry pieces laid out on the table in front of him. And he's inspecting each of them. He looks up as you approach. He goes, hello, I'm Joramy. What can I assist you with?
Hello. I understand that y'all might want to do some trading.
Well, I can't speak for the rest of the crew, as they're just taking me to locations to look for artifacts, but, I'd be more than happy to offer my services and perhaps purchase some items you have off of you.
What kind of services do you have?
Well, I am particularly adept at identifying if objects are magical or not and what secrets they may hold. I also know some base enchantments. If you needed to send a message to somebody back at home to let them know you're okay, I can certainly perform that duty for you for a small fee. But mostly I'm just here to help protect the ship and find artifacts.
Gotcha. So, just so I understand, you can possibly identify some
Yeah.
unknown items.
Above table, you would pick up the keywords of detect magic, identify, buy, sell, and sending. Those
The
are
hell is what is buy sell?
buy or sell.
Oh, buy or
items.
sell. Got it. Buy or sell items. Got it. Got it. Got it. Okay. Well, I definitely could use your services, good sir.
Certainly. Which service do you require?
I was identifying an item per se, and I will pull the trident halfway out of the bag for him so that he can see it.
Yes. My identification does cost 125 gold per item.
Okay. You got yourself a deal.
Just the one item for you, then?
2 seconds. He's gonna start rummaging through his bag. Above table, I think that's the only thing I have, personally.
I think so. I'm going through your list right now.
I did get a thick leather belt. I don't know where that came from.
The belt was magical when you picked it up.
Oh, okay. So yeah, 2 items then.
2 items, 250 gold. Please lay them on the table.
250 gold. I will pull out the items and set them on the table for him.
Where the hell is the train? There it is. He takes a moment and casts the spell. And there we go. Okay. Do you want me to explain? I'll just let you read them.
I can just read them.
It's better that way. It's a private conversation. Oh, good finds. I don't suppose you're looking to get rid of them, are you? Take a moment and read through them. I'll come back to you in a second. What's everybody else doing?
Perfect.
Waiting for Taddy.
Yeah, did she do anything else?
Yeah, she spends a couple of minutes just unlashing that stack of lumber and stands up and turns to head towards the stairs and return topside, which would be about a minute after you after the ship's dock.
Okay, then I'll just head back upstairs.
Okay.
Try not to let her see me.
Yeah,
And,
no issues there. You get up topside maybe 30 seconds before her.
Okay.
She walks over and greets
The
Captain.
That'll
The
work.
captain. The captain.
I'll look at Selt and just kind of whisper, we'll talk later. Too many years. And
I'll
I'm
nod
gonna
slightly.
head off to the other ship.
Okay.
Depending on where they're at in their transaction, would I see Otis getting his stuff identified?
Yeah, you would be right at the tail end of him explaining what each item is to Odes. But you
Okay.
would see the belt and the trident sitting there.
Okay.
In all
first-
fairness, if I see him walking up, I was going to motion for him to come over anyways.
The captain and the first mate go below deck together.
I'm going to casually move over that way. Not
Okay.
go down. Because I ain't got the sneaks.
Yeah, you can tell that they go down to the lower hold. So 2 decks down.
And 2 decks.
If there's anything in particular you guys are looking for while you're on the raft, let me know, and I'll tell you if they have it. Because I give a very broad description of what you're seeing. But if there's something in particular you needed or had your eye out for, let me know, and I'll tell you if something might resemble that.
I was gonna kind of
My
go from.
fantasy grounds. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go. You go.
No, I'm just saying my fantasy grounds just crashed. I just wanted to stay close to Silt. That's all I wanted to do. Kind of be close to
Okay.
her while I get back up here.
Okay.
I was just gonna kind of walk around the raft and see what everyone had, and like inspect the crew, inspect and see if there was anything funky about the raft.
The raft very much looks like it was just lashed together with scrap over time. The
Okay.
crew members seem off. You'll notice that the Treader crew members will talk to them, and they will respond with like nonverbal gestures. None of them speak.
Is this something that I would recognize?
Let me check your backstory. Hold on. No.
Damn. Okay, then I'm looking for anything regarding apothecary, healing stuff, and jars.
There is one table with some bottled items on it. Go ahead and make a medicine check as you inspect them, and we're gonna jump over to Taddy real quick. What are you doing, bud?
Okay, so as Otis is finishing up, I want to set the metal sphere down on the table and say, can you tell me if this is what this is all about?
You're on the left side, right?
Yes.
Looks like it.
You're gonna startle the shit out of Otis. They're like, "What the fuck? Where the fuck did you come from?"
Dude, didn't you say you waved him over?
Oh,
Yeah.
true. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, never mind. Disregard that. Shit, I fucked myself on that one.
The metal sphere. Yeah, he identifies it. First he tells you, it's 125 gold for each item.
Yeah, I dropped 125.
Okay. Was that the only thing you wanted to identify? You had picked up one other thing.
Is Otis sticking around?
Do you want me to leave?
I'm not saying that.
I mean,
What I'm doing is based off of what you decide to do. But for right now, I'm putting that sphere out there and paying him 125 gold to identify it.
I will pick up my stuff and high five Taddy and say good luck and
Thanks,
walk
man.
off.
So he goes ahead and identifies the sphere and fills you in on what it once was.
Okay.
So I just identified that for you.
Okay. I'm gonna look around. And is there anybody close around us?
Nobody is... I mean, there's people coming and going, but nobody's paying attention to you. They're all doing their own thing.
Okay. So what I want to do I want to stealthily, sneakily bring my bag over and kind of open it up, and then open the box and go, I need you to identify these two, but it's between you and me.
Of course, it's another 125.
Yeah, you got it, but you got it.
He casts the spell and reaches into the bag ever so briefly, and then looks up at you and lets you know what those are.
Okay. Thank you.
Very welcome. Anything else?
Did you take the gold off my sheet?
I did not.
Shit, I think I fucked my numbers up. Okay.
I have no idea what you had, so...
Yeah, no, I did, but... okay. I'll have to do the math in my head. Okay. It should be 228. Okay.
We're
Okay,
gonna-
and those are
Oh, sorry,
identified?
go ahead. Yep.
Okay, perfect. And I thank him for his time and call it a day. Head back to. Well, actually, I'm going to wander around this ship and see what just random stuff right now. I might
Okay.
come up with something in a minute, but you can go to somebody else for now.
Galen, you have no clue what's in any of those files.
That's fine. Is there at least like some place I can get a medium to large jar that's empty?
There's no empty jars there, but there are some medium and large sized vials with random liquids in them.
I'll take one of the large ones.
The little gnome standing in front of the table, you like point at it and ask how much, and he holds up 8 fingers.
So I'll just guess that it's 8 copper pieces then, since that's what he has insinuated.
As you hold out the copper, he shakes his hand like, no, 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 and points up.
Silver then. I'm going to grab silver.
He gracefully takes the silver and hands the large vial to you.
That's what you get when you can't talk, bud. Sorry. All right, 42. Perfect.
And then he like holds his hands out as if to ask anything else.
And I'm just gonna like thumbs up and then just leave.
Okay. Anything else for you?
Nope, that should do it. Large jar. Putting it in my inventory of mysterious liquid that I have no idea what it is.
I already put it on your sheet.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
Anybody else doing any shopping or anything?
Is there happen to be anything that looks like old tomes or anything like that? Maybe like religious materials or anything?
There are no books or written words aboard this vessel.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay. Then the only thing I got left is, unless somebody else want to go.
No, go ahead. You first.
I meant to ask the guy about the jewelry that he had, but I totally forgot about it.
Okay. So you make your way back over and ask him about the jewelry. You say, well, these are all things that I've purchased from passerbys or things that we've found on shipwrecks. Were you interested in purchasing any of them?
Possibly. Depends on what you have.
I have what you see in front of you, and you see a large assortment of rings, varying from silver to gold to kind of like an onyx color. Necklaces, earrings, bracelets.
Do any of them stand out as, I don't want to say abnormal, but like different than the others, like strikingly different or anything like that?
Make a perception check.
if this doesn't work, I have one other thing I could try. But yeah, I'll do this.
One bracelet does catch your eye. Not because anything about the bracelet is special per se. It's more of a circlet than a bracelet, if that makes sense. Like a thin band with a circle on the apex of the band. And on that little, we'll call it a badge, is a trident.
Really? I'll point at that one and be like, what do you know about that one?
I don't know much. It's just a nice bracelet with a trident on it.
Who's
Silver in construction, and this one I took off vessel must have been 3 weeks ago now.
I'm sorry, you took this off of a vessel 3 weeks ago?
Yes, and by take, of course, I mean I purchased it from its previous owner.
Would you mind? Well, 2 questions, real quick. I'm definitely interested in possibly purchasing this, but I am intrigued as to. Do you remember the name of the vessel you got it from?
No, I don't, unfortunately.
Or what did the vessel or the person look like, if you remember? And I'll compensate you for your help.
As some human fellow. If I remember correctly, they were heading to the northern druidic tribes from the southern druidic tribes. Really, nothing special about the guy stands out. He looks just like a normal human.
You didn't give a name or anything?
No, I don't work in names. I don't even know your name, and look at all the business and conversing we've done.
That is very true, sir. And I will flip him 2 gold for his help.
Much appreciated.
But back to business here. Do you mind if I try something before purchasing this?
Long as it doesn't damage or destroy any of my wares.
No, of course not. I would not do that. And then with that, he will mutter the incantation for detect magic.
Okay. Nothing on the table lights up. You do, however, notice that the necklace and ring he is wearing light up. His cloak lights up. And there is a potato sack behind him leaned up against the mast, and it is full of items that all light up. And all of them are evocation either evocation or like protection based magic.
Gotcha. So I will inquire from him real quick as to.
You were wondering if it was magical. I recognize that spell every day. I do not sell my artifacts. I keep those. These are simply just jewelry. You could have asked my friend.
Oh, well, you can't blame a guy for double checking.
Fair enough, but there's no need for any under-the-table actions. I'm an honest merchant, as well as looking for artifacts.
This is why I asked.
Just like I can tell that you have plenty upon yourself, and if you are willing to part with any of them, I'd be happy to pay top coin for them. And he winks at you. You and your companions.
No, I appreciate that, my friend. But seeing as you're not willing to sell any of your finer wares, as he kind of like nods back there, he'll ask, how much for this circlet? He'll hold up the one that has the trident on it.
Amiga 10 silver, my friend.
Sold.
Okay.
Let me mark that off real quick before I forget. 10 silver is 1 gold, right? If I remember correctly. Ah, there we go. Mark that off.
There you go. I added it to your inventory.
Oh, you are a gentleman and a scholar. And I will also
armband is a better word to describe it. It just kind of like wraps around your arm. It's got a little opening, and then the band widens at one point, and that's where the trident is.
got it. But with that, he will say the same thing to the other gentleman. Like, you are a gentleman and a scholar, my friend. And with that, I would say that our business is concluded.
I look forward to working with you in the future. Good day, my friend.
Good day, sir. And he will start heading back towards the ship.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I'm gonna mumble under my breath. I don't trust them. And then say loudly, "Well, gotta hit the head." And I'm going downstairs.
Okay.
And I'm assuming there's no buckets in the hold.
I mean, there's buckets kind of everywhere.
Okay, well, I'm gonna be casually walking through the lower decks, sort of humming, and oops, I accidentally dropped my big bundle of rope down the stairs into the hold, and go, shit, my rope, and then go down after it.
I was about to say, dude, if you piss in a bucket and throw your whip in there, we got some problems.
Ew, no. Never.
So you come downstairs to pick up the rope. You can see the first mate and the captain taking a look at the salvage lumber. They're in the final steps of negotiating. Can offer them, they're offering 40 pounds of lumber in exchange for 1 gold per pound. Not too much, just a little bit. Yeah, they're just kind of in like the final steps of sealing the deal on that.
Okay. So
They do take pause and kind of look at you as you come downstairs to pick up your rope and see what you're doing. But they continue talking while you do it.
Okay, I'll sit there and coil it, watching them for a moment, and then I'll head back up, continuing on my merry way.
Yeah, well, I mean, while you're sitting there, they finalize the deal and shake on it. Captain Floring hands over a small bag of gold, and then the first mate says, I'll have crew members bring it over to your ship right away.
Okay.
And they go topside. You following them up, or what are you doing?
I'm assuming I went up before them, because I just...
Okay.
Or yes, if they go first, I'm following them.
Okay. Yeah, once topside, the first mate looks over at Barry, who is the only crew member from the Treader that didn't go over to the other side, and said, Barry, 40 pounds, get it hauled over. And he goes below deck and starts hauling lumber. Captain Floring and the first mate go up to talk to Captain Rythe. Nothing in particular, just exchanging pleasantries and, updating ship or sea naval information. Like, pirates were spotted far to the north, and large sea creatures are everywhere, like always. That kind of general information. Nothing really sticks out as imminent to you guys.
I'll take a quick stroll around the barge or raft or whatever, looking
Okay.
at stuff. Just to see
You
if
looking for
anything-
anything in particular?
it just no, just if anything sticks out to me
Okay.
as particularly interesting, I suppose.
Make a perception check. The charm table catches your eye. Not so much in their uniqueness, but it's more of a childhood memory. Passing by merchant ships and seeing what they have to offer. And every once in a while, you'd run into a ship similar to this, where they kind of make whatever they can to try and sell or trade. But the table has like fishbone charms and little wooden hand-carved totems. None of which are particularly interesting, but they kind of hit you in that soft spot.
Hey, I'll take one then. I will let them, whoever's manning the table, pick for me as well.
Okay. He holds up 5 fingers.
I'll stare at him blankly.
He like points to the palm of his hand and then holds up 5 fingers again.
I will get in my coin pouch and get out 5 gold for him and hand it to him with a big wink.
He like stares at it like I've never seen this much money in my life, and looks up at you and puts one hand over the other and just bows repeatedly like somebody in China would, or one of them Asian countries. Quickly goes through the table and picks out what's probably one of the better crafted charms. It's got a like fish skeleton body, and the scales are ornately placed around the edge of it. It almost looks like a dream catcher, if that makes sense. And then it's got a little piece of twine through the head for you to hang it off something, and he holds it out with both hands, offering it to you.
I will thank him and bow or nod my head slightly back to him and say thank you.
He just keeps bowing.
And I'll just go back to the first ship.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah. You said that there was a table that had like potions and things on it. Vials.
Not potions. Well, make a medicine check as you look at it.
Hey, yeah,
Could I do that too?
Sure. They are vials
Just
full
out of
of something.
okay.
You
Yeah.
have no clue what.
Yeah, I kind of figured even before I rolled that was what was in my mind. But
Yeah, you don't have a clue either, Brad.
Okay.
I kind of figured if there's vials of some sorts, you know, something that looks like it was apothecary-ish, at least. I'd want to walk up to whoever was manning the table on that one and ask if any of this is healing, has any healing properties to them.
He nods and points at 2 of the smallest vials on the table and lifts them up to show them to you. Now that he's pulled them out of the mass of vials there, you can see that they are very similar to the healing salves that you guys have seen before.
Okay. How much are those?
He holds up a 4 and then a fist.
40 as in 40 gold?
He nods.
Okay. Hey, I'll tell you what. I will. Let me see. Let me double check. 40. If you don't mind, I'd like to take both of those.
He holds up an 8 and a fist,
Yeah, yeah. No, I
And then-
kind of figured.
holds his hand out.
Okay, and I count out 80 gold.
Okay. And then just mark add 2 healing salves
Yeah.
to your action step.
Make sure I get that gold count right. All right. Yeah, appreciate it, man.
He gives you a thumbs up and a bow.
Yeah, awesome. So, yeah, and then, I head back to our ship.
Okay.
And look for Trevor.
I had a brief moment there when you said look for Trevor, and I was like, there's no Treant in this game.
Hey, you're the one that, no, you didn't pick that name. Phil
Katie
took
picked that name.
Yeah?
Seemed like
Okay.
a good boring name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the name of our Treant for Friday's game.
Yeah.
It's funny.
You see Trevor standing right there on the main deck. The last of the Treader crew is finishing up their purchases and helping get the last of the lumber over to the depths.
Okay. Hey, you find anything good over there, Trevor?
Yeah, I show him my fish scale charm.
Oh,
Got
cool.
this.
Cool. Hey, let's head down below, and I'll show you what I got. I got some cool stuff too.
Cool. Let's go.
I wanna head with Trevor, well, Trevor with air quotes, just to the next deck down, away from the. Yeah, that looks good.
Like into your quarter, because the rest of the crew is moving back and forth through that area.
Yeah. It's somewhere where they can't hear us.
Oh, right there.
So, so the first mate, was using one of those, stash spots I found when we first got here. He pulled some kind of sack out. I mean, it could have been gold for all I know. I'm not sure what was in the sack, but they are definitely using those, stash spots. And, then she started working with the lumber and shit, so.
I saw him
But
trading the lumber. I didn't see anything underhanded about it.
okay, well, maybe it's the purse they use to, you know, their own personal gold, because they're selling stuff to people they ain't supposed to be selling stuff to, so they might be keeping it
Yeah.
separate. That might be all that sack was. I don't know, but I just thought, you know, you seem to be keeping track of all the information, so I'd let you know that that's what I found.
I appreciate it.
Hey, not a problem. So, and if anybody asks, yeah, I found some. I got some salve, healing salve, in case we need it.
Okay.
So that'll cover our butts when they go. Well, what did he show you? Well, some healing salve. But that's it. I suppose we can head back up unless you got something else you need from me.
No, can you just keep an eye on the captains and the first mate while they're together and just discreetly?
Oh, I mean, like, you're asking me to sneak around?
I sure am. I know you
Giggle.
like that kind of thing.
Yeah. No, I'll see what I can find out.
All right. I don't feel like I trust them all the way yet.
Yeah. Seems like they're average Joe's trying to make an extra buck here or there.
Yeah, but you and I know that doesn't necessarily mean they're trustworthy, huh? And I'll
poke him a little bit with
Hey,
my elbow.
hey, you offered him some, and I tap on my purse, gold purse. You offered him that. Ain't no lying about that.
True. Money talks.
Yeah. So they, I mean, if they want to get paid, they'll stick to the game plan, right?
Yep.
So, and then I'll start heading back up. Just, wonder about the top side.
You follow Silt?
Yeah.
About the time you guys get back up top, the lumber has been transferred over. All the crew members have returned. One last check. Did anybody else want to look for anything or do anything?
Me, because I just got back.
Okay.
Ha ha ha.
What you got?
Are there any daggers with like special qualities about said dagger?
There are some daggers. They are not metal in construction. They are bone. The only special thing about them is they have some shapes and symbols hand carved into them.
How much is that?
They don't look combat functional. They look more decorative or like kitchen knives.
Okay. But how much is it?
They are 5 apiece.
A gold a piece?
If you are holding out 5 gold, then he nods his head and waits for you to put the gold in his hand.
Your sound cut out when you were saying gold or silver or whatever it was, bud.
I didn't say gold.
Yeah.
Just like I didn't for the rest of you.
That's why I'm just asking. I will hand him 5 copper pieces
You
and
said
go,
5 copper?
yeah, copper.
He shakes his head no, points up, and doesn't let you put the 5 copper in his hand.
Okay, fine, I will hand him 5 gold. Jeez, stingy little butt face.
You're nicer than I am. He did that to me, and I was like, nah, just 5 silver or like 8 silver.
I'm cool. I'm chilling.
Just take the 5 gold off your inventory. I added a carved bone dagger in there.
Trying to think of what else I was.
Do you have anything you picked up in your travels that needs to be identified?
I don't think so.
Or any components you're in the market for?
Really all I need is either sand, a cricket, or rose petals.
Oh shit! I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. There is a bucket of sand. They will sell a small pouch of it for 5 silver.
I will take that offer and give them 6 silver.
Okay. And they do sell crickets as a source of protein.
Is that alive or are they dead?
They're alive.
How much are the crickets?
1 copper per cricket.
How long?
I'm gonna buy 10.
How long?
The team.
10 of them. How long can I keep them alive for?
Depends on if you take care of them.
Okay. I will buy 10 as well.
Okay. Each of you take 10
I'm just
copper
grabbing
off.
10 for the team. For general purposes, I'll just grab them. Not for me, but...
Cricket blood will not work. Just telling you now.
No, I know. I'm just buying it for the team.
Okay.
DM, can I retcon and go get some arrows if they have any?
They do not have any.
Yeah.
Not for sale.
Do they have any ammo by
I
any
need
chance?
it.
Not for sail, no. They have
Do they?
various ammo types, arrows and bolts, but they are for ship use. They're not for sale.
Okay.
Any
fine then.
fancy little pistol? Anything fancy for a gun?
They do not. You would know. Those are
Man.
extremely rare. There's only
I
one
know,
person you
just
know
ask-
of that trades in that kind of stuff.
I know. Just want to go shopping. All I got
Okay.
is crickets. Okay.
Anybody else need anything else?
Can I ask real quick if they happen to have any legumes?
They do not.
Okay. I got two more things I'm looking for, possibly. 2 seconds.
I have this signet ring. Do I need to get that? Whatever, notarized. What is it called?
Identified.
Identified.
Yes, thank you.
You have had that for years. That is part of your background.
Oh, okay, interesting. I have no idea what it is, but fun. Good to know.
If you go to your main tab and open up your background details, it'll explain what that's from.
Okay.
Sounds
What
like
else
that's
were you
the
looking
end.
for, Brad?
Oh no, I'm good.
You're good. Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody else got anything?
How many more crickets do they have?
Oh, they've got a ton.
I'm gonna get 10 more.
Okay.
I am actually going to use part of my scam because I want to do it so bad, and I want to try and sell this rapier for more than it is worth.
Okay. Who are you trying to sell it to?
Who is the dumbest looking motherfucker on this
Make an insight check.
trading business?
Oh, this is gonna be great to watch.
The human sitting in the center of the ship looks like the dumbest one to you.
Let me go talk to the human then.
All right, you approach him. He goes, "Hello, traveler. I'm Jormy. What can I be of assistance with you today?"
Howdy. My name is Marin, and I have a special fun thing that I think you need in your life. Have you ever gone outside and thought, oh my god, I'm about to get mobbed by a bunch of random strangers, and thought, I don't have a weapon on me. Whatever shall I do? Well, sir, I have the perfect thing for you. And she pulls out that rapier.
Go on.
And she says, this rapier is one of a kind. It has been blessed by Poseidon himself.
Above table, I know you did not just use my deity.
I
Oh,
did.
she did.
I
Too
did.
late to take it back now.
You bet you're not on that raft to like show her what's up.
Make a persuasion check.
My rolls are not the greatest today.
He looks at the rapier and looks at you and looks back at the rapier and looks at you. He goes, you and I both know Poseidon does not exist anymore. Now, I don't doubt this rapier is special to you, but I highly doubt something that doesn't exist blessed it.
Well, I've had
Yeah.
this thing since I was a child. And my grandpappy was around in the time that Sir Poseidon wandered the earth. And he told me that this rapier was blessed by Poseidon. So you can believe, or you don't. I don't know your personal belief system, but I do 100% guarantee that this has been blessed by Poseidon himself.
Make a deception check now. Which I should have had you do the first time. That's my bad.
You stack. Why does this game hate me?
I'm sorry. That needed to be at an advantage. Because
Why
of
do
your
you
ability. Sorry. Roll it again.
do I click the advantage button or just
No,
roll it
just
straight?
roll it. And we'll take the higher of the two.
Well,
It's a little better. He looks, he goes, well, I don't believe that Poseidon blessed this, but I will believe that it is a family heirloom. What are you trying to do with it?
looking to sell her off as I don't have a need for her anymore and she's just sitting in my bag collecting dust.
Alright, well, just a moment, and you see him pull a couple components out of his pouch and cast a spell real quick and look at it and goes, well, it's not arcane in nature. I can offer 20 gold for it.
What if I throw in a handy dandy vial of perfume that is sure to get any woman or man or cosmic being for that matter on your side and in your pants?
Make another persuasion check with advantage.
He's a saleswoman.
Well, I suppose I might be inclined to bump my offer up to 35 gold.
Sir, you have a deal there.
He reaches into his pouch, pulls out 35 gold, hands it to you, and takes the vial of perfume and the rapier. I took the items off, just add 35 gold to your sheet.
Will do.
Was there anything else I could help you with today?
No, thank you, sir. And I do hope you get all of the people of your dreams with that potion. See you some other time.
Absolutely. Till next time. As you're walking away, you hear the little pff, pff, as he's applying perfume to himself.
Fit.
As you get back on the... oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, can I just quickly have Stormy identify the wand I have on my person?
Absolutely. 125 gold.
Cool. And then just go ahead and I'll just give it to him and you just tell me what it is.
I just identified it, so you can open it. You can look at the information of it now.
Oh.
That's how that works.
Cool.
Now, when you click the little gray box, it'll actually
Ooh.
tell you what it is.
Cool, thank you. Thank you. And you said it was 128?
125.
125. Cool, thank you.
Kit, as you're finishing up and getting back to the ship, Captain Florian goes, well, it's been a pleasure. I'll see you on the next run. What are we looking at? Another month? Yeah, just about that. Just keep your eye on the horizon. Probably won't be till after the eclipse for the next haul. Till then. He kind of nods a little bit, and Florian just jumps over the edge of the ship onto the raft. He goes, "Alright, boys, let's go!" And they all unlash from the ship, and the ships start going their separate ways.
Cool.
Perfect.
Right. We got about 60 seconds left. So if there's anything any of you want to do real quick.
I would like to walk up to Trevor with that dagger I just bought in my hand.
Okay.
And I am going to say, "Hello, my friend. Can we go somewhere in private? I have something to give you."
I'm gonna look around. Wait, how are you holding the dagger? Actually,
Holding it kind of like hidden from everybody else, but you know I'm holding something.
okay, so you're not pointing it at me.
No, no,
Okay,
no.
then I will go with.
Did we see them walk off together?
Yeah.
Is it
Otis.
really suspicious at this point?
Let's, because I feel like that's opening a can of worms that's going to take a couple of minutes. So let's pick up there next week. So Kit, just make note. Walking up with the dagger, we'll reintroduce that scene at the beginning of next week, and we'll
Okay,
go through the whole thing.
I shall make note then.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for coming to tonight's episode of Waters of the Deep. We'll see you back here next week for episode 15, and hopefully we'll see you Friday for the next installment of Lord Z's Fantastical Dungeon. Good night, goodbye, and have a lovely week. Bye.
Bye.